Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford was last week. I know I'm late. I just did a video a minute ago about the UFC Noche event. You'll see here, though, obviously, Terence Crawford beating Canelo Alvarez by unanimous decision. Wow, wow, wow. I was not expecting it. You know, my prediction video, I thought Canelo was going to win in the later rounds, get a TKO stoppage, you know. I knew Crawford had been undisputed at welterweight and other weight classes, but the fact that he went up 3 weight classes, so Crawford was a welterweight, he's gone from super welter to middle to super middle, and then to take on probably one of the pound for pound best people we've had in many years, in Canelo Alvarez, who also is the undisputed super middleweight champion. And he just boxed the living hell out of him, you know. His jab was on par, his combos. Canelo didn't have an answer, really, until there was a few rounds where Canelo looked like he was turning the tides. But then Crawford, the next round, would just go back to what he was doing and throwing combos, jabs, body. And it was probably one of the best performances in boxing I've ever seen. For everything going against Crawford. You know, the older guy, the lighter, well, fight set, obviously, welterweight. The guy moving up 3 weight classes, I've got to emphasise on that so much, because it's not just like he jumped up 1 weight class, he jumped up 3 to fight another undisputed champion. And it weren't like he was just jumping up to fight another. In boxing, there's a lot of world champions who shouldn't really be world champion, because there's 4 belts, and half the time, one of them will be, you know, like, that's the guy who's the best, and the others are just, you know, they say. For example, like the cruiserweight division, we've got Jai Opetaia and Ramirez. We all know Jai Opetaia is the best in that division, but because there's 2, it's just all over the place. But yeah, Crawford moving up and fighting the best guy. And yeah, for Canelo, I think Canelo should retire. Well, I'm very 50-50 on it. I think, like he said, his legacy in boxing is cemented. He has done everything. It's cemented, it's done. He's going down as one of the top 10 best boxers ever. In my personal opinion, I think Canelo, he's like 63 wins and 3 losses coming to Floyd Mayweather, who was an undisputed champ. Or, you know, he's 50-0. He's considered one of the best to ever do it. Dimitri Bivol, when Canelo moved up weight classes, dared to be great. Bivol's are now an undisputed champion. And obviously Terence Crawford, who was already an undisputed champion at his current weight class. You know, he's only lost to the best of the best. 3 losses on his resume, but all to 2 undisputed champions. And I'm not quite sure on Mayweather, because Mayweather was before my time. But yeah. But for Crawford, I personally think, you know, he shouldn't stay at super middle. But at the same time, it would be fun if he did. But I personally don't think he should. But we'll have to see what happens with Crawford. Personally, if he wants to fight that way, I think now he's definitely proven he can. But I think eventually it'll be too much on the body and stuff like that. But we'll have to wait and see. But, you know, let me know what you guys think about the fight. I think it was one of the best performances in boxing history for the circumstances. And yeah, let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. Like, subscribe, comment, all that business, and I'll catch you in a bit.